Fala pessoal, que é o Cleiton, você está no canal do Mineirinho Bolado. E hoje vamos fazer a missão Instituto, cara. Finalmente vamos entrar no Instituto. Ah, eu enrolei vocês pra caramba, tá? Ah, e eu queria corrigir uma coisa aqui, né? No vídeo passado eu falei que tinha um bonequinho de inteligência lá no Museu da Bruxaria. Não era não, tá, gente? Era naquele lugar lá do Jack Caboche, que ele encontra o pai dele e tal. Desculpa aí, tá? Enfim, vambora.
This place is really coming together, huh? I can't take all the credit.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Do you think you can build this?
Wow, what a mess. Looks like encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
Ok. Então vamos construir, né, cara? Vamos abrir aqui, ó, segurar Select para abrir nossa... Ou poderia aqui, acho que eu tenho que ir aqui, na verdade, peraí. Não? Ué? Ah, é aqui, ó. É que era energia, tá. Eu vou construir ali em cima, naquele espaço que tem uma casa aberta, vocês lembram? É aqui, ó. Se bem que eu tava pensando em colocar minhas lojas aqui, cara. Putz. Ah, mas é aqui mesmo, vai que se dane. Vamos lá. Colocar mais pra cá, ó. Pronto. E agora, fale com o Sturges. Ei, nego, vem cá.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yup.
Yeah. Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Construir o console, construir a antena... Tá. Alright.
Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
Tá, peraí. Eu tenho que conseguir tanta coisa, mano. Putz, peraí. Nossa, isso tudo, cara. Tá. Ok. Eu preciso de um scanner biométrico, mano. É sério. Isso aqui também. Ah, acho que eu tenho que colocar isso aqui ali dentro, não é? Peraí. Vou colocar isso aqui. Isso. E... Ah, só esses 3, na verdade. Tá, eu preciso de um scanner biométrico, mano. Peraí. Peraí. Ó, a minha namorada tá aqui. Quer dizer, ela não é minha namorada ainda que eu não pedi, né? Mas ela vai ser. Ela não sabe ainda. Tá, eu preciso dormir, peraí. Eu preciso que a Carla Lixeira venha. Acho que ela vende scanner biométrico. Se não, algum desses vendedores da loja vai ter, com certeza. Scanner biométrico, caramba, mano, scanner biométrico. Ah, por isso que falaram que eu tinha que ir no hospital, consegui, né? Entendi. Aí eu vou no hospital o quê, meu irmão? Hospital o quê, meu irmão? Vou pegar um dinheirinho aqui, peraí. Show. Cadê minha mulher? Curry? Por favor, Carla Lixeira, tenha um scan biométrico.
Carla,
Back again? Time to do business?
let's see what you got.
I
Eu
got
não
a
quero
little
ter que ir no
bit of
hospital
everything.
pegar. Tá, vamos lá. Esse aqui, passe de metrô. Calma. Com S, né? Ah, ela tem, legal. Beleza. Vou até comprar mais coisa, peraí. Já que eu tô aqui, né? Por que não? Ai, não. Merda, pegou um negócio aí que eu nem sei que diabo é. Ah, beleza, vai. Agora vendo minha água. Ah, tem. Não, dá pra comprar mais coisa, peraí. Vou comprar... Estaca ferroviária e um... O que eu compro aqui, mano? Energia cor, extrair sujo. Steam pack, eu tenho de pack, peraí. Tá, pronto. Beleza. Vou colocar o scanner aqui. Show. Bora pra lá de novo. Relaxa aí, Strong. Logo, logo eu vou jogar com o Strong, relaxa. Eu tô achando que isso aqui tá muito longe, mano. Ah, enfim, vai, vambora. Ok, eu tenho que colocar aqui, ó. E agora eu tenho que colocar energia, né? Energia. Aqui, ó. Pera. Calma, mano. Daqui eu tenho que ligar aqui ainda. E daqui ligar aqui? Tá pronto, não? Pera aí, rapidão. Tá faltando energia na minha bala ou é impressão minha? Tá, eu, hein? E aí, Source? Ué, não dá pra ativar, não? Oxi. Como assim, mano?
Just gotta make sure we've got enough power.
I want to trade a few things.
Não, não quero tocar, não.
Make sure it's all on
Que
the
eu não
same
tenho
page.
energia suficiente?
All the
Como
parts have
assim,
got to be
mano?
able to talk to each other, you know.
Ué, mas... Ah, tá. Tem que ligar diretamente aqui, ó. Eu achei que ligando ali resolvia. Tem que ser aqui, ó. Pronto. Beleza. E agora? Agora eu posso falar com ele.
I just want to trade a few things.
Ah,
I'm busy.
acho que eu tenho que ligar aqui também. O gerador direto aqui, né? É. Ah, é 20, mano. Caramba. Desculpa aí. Nossa, é 20, caramba, mano. Tss. Posso construir isso aqui se eu quiser. Mas 100 de energia, tipo... Não precisa não, vai. Não foi ainda? Vamos ser mais um pequenininho, dá, vai. Foi, será? Foi agora, né? É tanto fio aqui que eu não tô sabendo de mais nada, mano. Peraí. Fuck, mano. Tá, esse já tá ligado aqui. Esse já tá ligado aqui. Esse... Ah, achei que esse aqui não tá ligado aqui não, né? Deixa eu ver. Não, tá assim, ó. Tem 3 fios ligados aqui já. Ah, vou fazer mais um, vai que se dane. Ih, rapaz. Era fazer um pequeno. Ah, se não for agora eu desisto, na moral, mano. Ah, cachorra. Nossa, mano, precisava de energia mesmo, hein? Que isso? Ah, mas tá aí, filhão, ó. Ah. E aí, Sturge?
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Certeza.
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens.
Pera aí, mulher. Minha amiga.
Just get on the platform.
Nossa, tá muito sexy,
I'll
mano, olha.
do the rest.
Tá, vamos lá.
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute, and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Nossa, mano, vamos lá. Teletransporte, fi. É, maluco. Cara, será que teletransporte existe na vida real? Já pensou? E aí, nível molecular. 600 de XP, mano, aí sim, hein? Cheguei no Instituto. Dá pra colocar o disco aqui? Não, peraí. Carregar o disco. Esse aqui, né? Vai. E eu cheguei no Instituto, eu vou chegar ao... Cadê a Curry, mano? Mano, cadê a Curry? What the... Oxe, oi?
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful.
Ah,
I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
cara, tinha esquecido como esse instituto é muito da hora, mano, olha. Dá pra abrir isso aqui? Acho que eu tenho que ir lá primeiro, de qualquer jeito, né? É, tem que ir lá. Bom. Mas esse cara é meio doidão também, né, mano? Tipo... Se fosse no real, assim, aqui ia tá cheio de sintético, caçador.
What you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Roubar primeiro, filho. Cadê a Curry? Mano, cadê a Curry, mano?
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here
I
now.
don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Sean, please, calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean.
S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I'll make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. Your son.
Nossa, esse plot twist aí, mano, que da hora, velho. Ele encontrou o filho dele, né? O filho dele tá com 2 vezes a idade dele. Ou 3, sei lá. Caramba, mano.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone.
Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
I don't know what to do.
I realize that. It's why I'm trying to help you. I hope that you can see that rationally. The Institute is the only thing left in the world that is worth being part of. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Assim, pessoal, se eu escolher não, ele vai mandar eu embora, tá ligado? Tipo, fechou as missões do Instituto, cara. Fechou, acabou. Né? Eu não entro na facção, então eu vou escolher sim, né?
Alright.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Ai, vamos lá então, né? Vamos conhecer os outros membros. Ah, primeiro eu vou roubar aqui que tá na sala do pai, mano. Pera aí. Pra roubar? Dá não, né? Eu sou dedo rápido aqui, filho. Vambora. Ué, mas falou que atualizou o mapa, cadê? Depois eu faço isso aqui, velho. Tá tudo pra baixo, hein, aparentemente. Vamos lá. Tem um que tá aqui.
Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours too.
We're all
Hi,
looking
Dad.
forward to
They
working
weren't
with
kidding.
you.
You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
O filho, óbvio, né? Ah, pera aí.
What makes you ask? I'm a complete stranger to you.
I suppose when I heard your story, I felt sorry for you. You've
Será que ela gosta
suffered
do
more
chão?
tragedy than any one person deserves. Your whole world is gone. I'm sorry. I know that was a very personal question. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the Facilities Division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'd like to know about the people in your division.
Of course. Dr. Lawrence Higgs is our mechanical engineer. He oversees the major life support and security systems. Power distribution is Dr. Evan Watson's area of expertise, and Dr. Newton Oberly is in charge of food and housing. He coordinates with bioscience to ensure that our meals are balanced for optimal nutrition. We also make use of a number of synth units for low-priority maintenance and labor.
Oxi, só isso?
Dr. Fillmore.
Hey, what do you need?
It must be a challenge to meet the power demands of a place like this.
Absolutely. We scratch and scrape for every precious ounce of voltage that we can. Over the years, we've learned a few tricks that help supplement our power budget. When necessary, we can tap into select sources on the surface. We take only what we need, of course. Fortunately, Advanced Systems is always working on new solutions to generate more energy. It's a good thing, too, because the demand is always increasing. You don't even want to know what a single use of the molecular dematerializer consumes.
Allie,
Hey, what do you need?
who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Então é isso, eu não entendi nada, mas eu acho que a mulher me chamou de burra ali, mas tá bom. Tem que subir aqui, né? Peraí.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. All right, that's all for now. You can resume your duties.
A clean and healthy
Doc,
work
it's a
environment
real
is essential
juggle
to maximum
trying to keep all the
productivity.
systems down here operating in green. This place might look shiny and new, but there's a lot of old technology in these walls. I lose sleep worrying about when the next blackout's gonna hit.
How old are we talking about?
Well, the reactor and a lot of the related systems. You know, cooling, monitoring, power distribution. That's all pre-war tech. Most of the superstructure down here was built later, when the people who survived the war. I guess each generation's been tinkering with the place, adding labs, making upgrades, and so on. There's some stuff I need to check on. See you around, yeah?
Bom. Será que eu tenho que subir no elevador? Eu não tô entendendo, peraí. Não, parece que é aqui, ó. Beleza, aqui é a biociência, tá. Ah, peraí. Biotecnologia é onde tá o soro do cara lá, esqueci o nome dele, né?
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well, I suppose you're right.
The latest synth generation is just amazing. Those guys in robotics are working miracles.
Most men lack the patience to observe and document.
So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. but I have to ask. Have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know. But it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
There might be. Tell you what, you get settled in, and check back with me later. I'll see what I can find out.
Alright. Mas eu vou dar uma olhada aqui, mano. Pera aí, tem alguma porta aqui que vai levar pra aquele lugar. Cadê a Curry, mano? Será que é aqui?
Won't be able to hack this.
Acho que é isso aqui. Pera aí, será que eu posso... Pera aí... Ah, é o último nível, droga.
Hacking this is beyond me.
Tenho quase certeza que é aqui, ó. Todo o comportamento. Acho que não preciso olhar isso aqui não, tá? Vamos ver aqui, peraí. Ah, não, acho que é aqui, mano. Quer ver? Não, não é não, aqui tá fechado. Acho que era lá mesmo, hein? Ou não, que lugar é esse aqui? Opa! Tô num lugar novo aqui, peraí. Tem um desses lugares aqui que tem um soro do... Nossa, esqueci o nome do médico. Aquele cara lá que virou super mutante. Pera. É aqui, ó. Um pouquinho pra baixo. Foi demais. Foi de menos. Tá. 2 toquinhos pro lado e vai. Mais um toquinho. Mais um toquinho. Ah, mano. Tá, um toquinho de nada, agora vai. Você tá doido, mano? Que eu entrei? Oxi, como assim, mano? Ai. Ai. Tinha uma armadilha. Travou tudo aqui agora. Eu, hein? Travou tudo. Tá, vamos lá. É pra cá. Faz comigo não, Fallout. Aí.
Got it.
Nossa, não tem nada aqui, quer ver? Pera aí. Acho que é aqui mesmo tá o soro dele, hein? Acho que é aqui mesmo. Olha, tem mais um. Toma. Eu vou usar o Shimpack, mano. Vou usar esse Shimpack porque... Assaltron? Ih, rapaz, espera aí. Cadê o Assaltron? Tá atrás dessa porta, né? Tá. Eu vou usar um jet e eu mato essa Assaltron. Reals.
Sweet.
Ah. Cadê o Assaltron? Ah, vacilão. Vai, susto, caramba. Nossa, esqueci que essa desgrama explodia. Olha o tanto de radiação, mano. Aí. Ei. Headway. E sangue radioativo. Mano, eu tô pegando radiação. Será que eu só vim aqui sozinho ou não vem mais um parceiro? Ah, acho que é, né? É, acho que é isso, né? Um parceiro entra comigo aqui, não. Essa fechadura o quê? Principiante. Como o negócio é principiante, eu não consigo, tô conseguindo abrir. Eu, hein?
That's it.
Tela de fusão. Tá. Eu já peguei já. Hoje não. Se tem um aqui, tem um atrás, né? Deixa eu ver. Tem mais?
Don't think I can pick this.
Toma, vagabunda. Tem mais um ainda. Carne de gato. Caminhão. Então realmente era aqui que eles deixavam o supermutante, né? Pera aí. Bom. É, como vocês podem ver, eu tô caçando aqui o soro, mas não achei, né?
Nice.
Infelizmente, é isso mesmo que vocês estão pensando. Foi o Instituto que criou os supermutantes. Ai, caramba, tava brincando de deuses e acabaram criando super mutantes. Cara, mas ó, eu procurando o soro do cara, ela não tô achando, velho. Ah, aqui, ó. Achei sim, ó. Nossa, achei. Tá, depois eu levo lá. Registro do Virgil. Vamos ver o registro dele, peraí. R. Registro do Lúcio. Aqui, ó. É Virgil dos grãos.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone! Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done. The lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
Então vocês estão vendo aí, o Instituto usa humanos como pesquisa, tá? Eles não são bonzinhos não, tá? Eles sequestram esses humanos, ó, e usam em pesquisas aí. Tá vendo? Então... Enfim, cara. Vamos lá. Aqui tá os gorilas. Os animais são muito bem feitos aqui, né, cara? Olha. Tá, vamos lá. Falta visitar uma pessoa ainda. Geralmente o último é o chatão, né, mano? Ah, e essa fase aqui vai ser só de conversa. Vamos lá. Calma. Vou desativar outra coisa ali, peraí. Não, é aqui mesmo. Mas por que tem um aqui e um ali? Eu vou nesse aqui, mano. Esse aqui parece que é o certo.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
She's been at it for over 2 hours.
In case anyone didn't mention
Nothing.
it,
At this point,
quiet
she's
time
just
runs
doing it
from
for
10
fun.
p.m. to 6 a.m.
Ó, os nerdola. Também pratica, fim. Vou praticar. É assim que se faz, mãe.
Well, that was productive. If you ask me, we're only scratching the surface with the latest synths.
Opa, filho. Toma aí, ó. Quer nem saber. Passar a mão. Yeah, man.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
Sai daqui que esse pessoal fica falando difícil e não entende nada, mano. Eu sou burro, tá ligado? Então... Vamos lá, vamos falar com o pai. O meu filho, quer dizer, é pai, mas é filho, mano. Enfim, vambora, vamos lá. Falar com o Sean. O Sean tá aqui, vamos lá. Aqui? Ah não, falta aqui ainda.
Authorized personnel only. So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours.
Doctor,
I'll pass along your message, Doctor. Welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
It'll take some time, but I could learn to like it here.
I'm so glad to hear you say so, and promise I'll work hard to make sure that you do. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here. See that you do.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
Hey there.
Carry on, sir.
Reporting status.
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics.
robotics to knock
Feels
some
like this
heads
project
together.
has been going on
They're
for
dragging their
months.
feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send the message.
Please don't. There's enough
Always
friction as
be
it is
vigilant.
between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana?
Hello.
My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
The Directorate should take
Excuse
the
me,
synth
Doctor.
escapes more
So-
seriously.
Here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider.
The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you.
Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
If the synths want to be free, you should let them.
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Peraí.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
Ah, não quero ver esse cara falando não. Já vi aquela mulher foi um pé no saco. Olha lá, esse bando de cientista aqui é tudo leite com pera, não sabe como é que funciona o mundo. Bom, a partir de agora os sintéticos não vão mais me atacar quando eu vou no ermo, tá? O que é muito bom. Mas como que eu subo aqui? Ah, é aqui, ó. Ei. É aqui. Ah, tá, ele tá na parte de cima, beleza. Tá dormindo? Não. E aí,
Now
pai?
that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Sure. We'll just fight our way through an army of homicidal maniacs and ask this synth to come on home.
I didn't say it would be easy. But I'm confident that with a courser at your side, you'll have no trouble. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
Nossa, mas só isso? Acabei de encontrar o Sean e tipo... Bota. Opa. Ah, não tô roubando, né? Peguei a senha aqui, não tô roubando não. Pera aí. A presença ocasional do que? Prêmio de reações. Ah lá, o Kellogg, ele é um ciborgue de verdade, tá vendo? Se eu fizer o número completo, talvez ele chegue nos 150, quem sabe até 200 anos. Tá, acho que é só isso. Eu segui o sintético não, né? Tá. Acho que eu posso só dar load aqui agora, peraí. Será que eu fiz alguma coisa que eu não devia, mano? Pera aí. Pera. Encontro com o caçador. Ah, o caçador tá aqui, mano. Então eu vou fazer o seguinte, eu vou aqui primeiro. Eu vou na notícia lá em Santuário Hill. Por quê? E agora, cara, se eu levar minha esposa pra... Quer dizer, minha amiga, né? Pra ver esse caçador, ela vai me odiar, com certeza. Mas seria interessante. Será que como o caçador reagiria a ela, hein? Vocês estão curiosos, então eu vou levar a Curry lá pra ver, peraí. Se o load deixar, né? Ah, linda.
May I be of assistance?
Excuse me.
What shall we talk about?
Ah, eu quero você. Não, deixa eu falar.
Not a problem. Let us continue our journeys.
Então, vamos fazer uma missãozinha aqui pro Instituto. Peraí, eu vou levar um Hancock.
So, ready to get this show on the...
Let's do it.
Done.
You are such a fascinating...
Please, just... I need to be alone right now.
Tá. Ah, não, mas eu quero... Peraí, mano. Nossa, eu sou muito burro. Peraí.
I'd like to travel together some more.
Eu falei pra vocês que ia ver como... Como eu queria ver... Peraí, vou salvar. E eu quero ver como o diabo desse caçador vai reagir a Curry, mano. Porque a Curry é um sintético, tá ligado? Eu já fui em Libertária. Eu peguei esse rifle lá, Libertária. Aquela 12. É aquela cidade que fica no meio do mar. Mas se eu já matei todo mundo lá, como que...
I'm ready to move in, sir.
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
He seems most eager for violence, no?
What do we know about this synth, Gabriel?
Designation B592 is holed up in the shack on top of the upended cargo ship. He's probably got his best fighters with him. Thought I heard something new.
Opa. Vai mandar ele do aço. Ai, caramba. Então, eu achei que ele ia atirar na Curry, não atirou não. Mas o que acontece? Eu não posso levar a Curry pra cá, mano, que ela vai odiar se eu matar um sintético, tá ligado? Então acho que eu vou levar o paladino Dance. O que? O Dance? O Deia sintético. Tá entendendo?
Yes.
Pera aí. Chamar o Dance pra cá. Vou achar ele, né? Cadê?
Anytime you want me to carry some of that valuable gear you're lugging,
What do you need?
Sempre o que eu quero tá por último. Ei.
Doesn't it feel ready to continue our mission, soldier?
Ready.
Roger
Yep.
that.
Tá, vamos lá agora. Porque o Dance eu imagino que vai até gostar, tá ligado? Para entrar e sair do Instituto, basta utilizar a viagem rápida. Alright. Essa habilidade só fica disponível se você estiver em bons termos com o Instituto. Enfim, vamos lá. Será que o Dance e esse sintético vão brigar, mano? Que eu fracassei, mano. Ah, cadê o... Ah, achei que os dois iam brigar. Ia tretar, e não tretou não. Enfim, vamos lá, vai. Mas cadê o X? Ah, agora vai brigar com o Brotherhood. Ei, cara. Na cabecinha, né? Deixa eu matar esses caras tudo aqui, mano. Bora, Dennis, deixa os carinhos.
Lock tight.
Vai morrer, filho. Bora. Só bora. Ah, pera aí. Vou usar um fuzil racho. Ele tem radiação, vai matar esses caras rapidão. Hehehe. Cara, desgraçado. Mano, cara, eu já fui nesse lugar aqui, entendeu? Então, tipo, eu já sei onde tem que ir. Tem uns caras ali em cima, não tem? Ó, aqui era um barzinho. Cá, vem. Toma. Tem um terminal aqui, vamos usar ele. Freights. Elix. Collect. Pera aí. Pera. Isca removida. Eu quero de restaurar a tentativa, caramba. Aqui, ó. Ah. É porque quando você clica nesses parênteses aqui, ó. Alguns da isca é removida e outros restauram sua tentativa, entendeu? Ó, tá vendo? Restaurar a tentativa, é isso que eu queria. Vou desativar a torreta. Desativar o cofre. Beleza. Tem um cofre aqui perto. Foi vagabunda. Toma aí, ó. Ah, esse cara é bostinho, mano. Quando eu vim aqui a primeira vez, até que deram um desafio, mas, pô, eu tô no nível 40 e cacetada, mano. Tipo, what the fuck, tá ligado? Pera aí, toma aí, ó. Nem soube o que atingiu ele, mano. Cara, eu tô viciado, pera aí. Agora que eu tô vendo isso aqui, ó. Ah, eu tô drogado, não tô viciado em droga, pera aí. Ih, rapaz. Só tem um adicção. Vou usar, vai. Pronto. Para mim, colhidos isso. Eu não posso usar este. Não posso usar mais jet aqui, mano. E aqui? Oxi. Por que eu tirei em mim? Eu, hein? Poxa, eu não desativei a torreta, não? Maluco, hein? Ó, o cara tá ali. Achei que ele tava lá em cima. Ah, se ele tá aqui, então ficou mais fácil, peraí. Eu já ia subir lá pra cima. Ei, Joe. Ah, não, esse é o caçador, caramba. Ah, achei que era o cara, mano. Tá, não tem problema não. O cara vai estar ali com certeza. Vamos lá. Aqui não tem jeito, vamos pegar uma radiaçãozinha. Ainda bem que eu já vi nesse lugar, eu conheço aqui. Sobe aí, caramba. Joga a bomba, vai. Ih, jogaram mesmo. Ai, caramba. Eu pedi, né? Então, mereci. Eu não salvei, né? Na minha arrogância, eu achei que nada me matava aqui. Quer dizer, não esses caras da Uela aqui. Tem um cara com lança-míssil ali. Ah, mano. Só onde que eu parei, mano? Vamos lá no banho. Não gostei, não. Quer saber? Eu vou passar rapidão e direto no cara. Aqui os outros lá que se dane. Será que eu tenho Stealth Boy? Pera aí. Stealth Boy... Não tem, que droga. Tá. Problema não, vambora. Esse cara aí que se dane. Eu vou lá sozinho, mano. Não precisa de ajuda, não. O que é isso aí? Tem um lançador de... Nossa! Tá alguém com um lançador de ogiva aí. Quem é? Ah, lançador de ogiva aí eu morro mesmo. Vamos aqui, peraí. Esse cara vai vir. Ai, não. Cadê o da bazuca? Tem um da bazuca aqui, tem que tomar cuidado com ele. Ah, mas ele vem com faquinha, mano. Aí não dá não. Pô. Faquinha, mano. Ai, caramba. Achei que é melhor pegar 12, né, mano? A cabecinha aí, né? Toma. Toma aí, esse lagarto de ser besta. Ninguém mexe comigo que sai vivo não, filhão. Olha, eu só quero ir lá no seu líder. Beleza, então. Se vocês querem brigar, bora brigar. Pin do capitão.
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something important I need to tell you.
What is it?
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Jesus, what a mouthful.
A code that resets a synth. I'll have to remember that.
Then talk fast, sir. Just make sure you get it right. That's all, sir. Ready when you are.
Não devia ter trago dance, que droga, hein? Dance odiou isso, mano. Ah, mano, dance dane, vambora. Depois eu recuperar a minha... Depois eu faço ele gostar de mim. Então, pessoal, eu troquei de companheiro, tá? Agora eu peguei a Kate. Porque a Kate eu acho que ela é neutra, cara, nesse negócio sintético, né? Vamos descobrir agora, né? Vamos ver.
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something...
I'm listening.
I'm going to give you beef. You'll need to say, once he...
Good. I'd like to avoid...
Well, he might not be alone. That's all, sir.
Alright, vamos lá. Não. Ai, eu saí pra comunidade sem querer, mano. Saco. Ai, agora o load, maldito. Bora, Kate.
Hey.
Oxe, ela entrou isso em mim?
Hey.
Point out what you need and I'll get...
Gostei disso aí. Que ela, que eu quiser ela faz. Vem cá, na verdade eu tenho. Toma aqui, ó. Pera aí. Uma Fat Man pra você. Só não usa não. Relaxa. Vou você lá pra fora, peraí. What the fuck? Tinha que ter uma escadinha aqui, não? Ou tem? Ah, aqui, ó. Caralho, aqui, ó. Ai, caramba, já começa a missão com o Instituto só na pauleira. Cara, eu vou usar o código.
B592, initialize factory reset, authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
You okay? Gabriel, can you hear me?
Well, that was a fun little workout.
Take
Can we
them
do it
out.
again?
Hell yeah.
Ai, caramba, tem um caçador aqui, mano.
Nice work,
What the fuck was that?
I'll take the synth back. This is X688, ready to relay with reclaimed synth B592.
This is bullshit.
E aí, Gate? O que você achou? Agora é minha vez também, peraí. Vamos lá no pai. Botar o pai, filho. Tem que dar o disco. Eu tenho que dar o soro também pra... L... Não... Cadê dar o soro? Peraí. Ué, será que tá em Miscelânea? Ah, tá em Miscelânea. Então, tem que fazer todas essas missões aqui, vamos lá. Onde fica o Instituto? Pensa, espera aí. É aqui, né? É. Oxi! Que inimigo. Ah! Nossa, achei que eu morri, mano. Pera aí, rapidão. Se eu pular no mar... Será que eu morro? Não, morro não, beleza. Acho que agora já posso ir pra aí. Uf, vamos ver o que o pai tem a dizer. E pegar um XPzinho também. Quanto maior o nível de dificuldade, maior a chance de encontrar itens lendários.
Our technology must seem pretty advanced by your standards.
Ai, ai, buguezinho. Cadê o pai?
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
Gabriel and his gang were sick bastards, hanging their victims up like trophies. I'm just glad it's over.
While we can do nothing for Gabriel's victims, we can at least take comfort in the knowledge that the threat has been removed. But enough about that. The task is done. And you've returned our synth safely to us. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. Well done. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you. You'll find all the basic necessities, as well as a generous stock of arms and equipment. Go and have a look. I think you'll be quite pleased.
Ganhei um quarto. Eu ganhei um quarto, só meu.
It's my responsibility to make sure this place runs.
Mas como que eu chego no meu quarto? Ih?
I know that suit. You're one of those people who lives underground.
Fica na sua aí, ô pirralha. Deixa eu ver meu quarto aqui. Ah, mano, é aqui, mas é lá embaixo.
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this. Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Tem alguém discutindo ali, mas eu não tô interessado não. Tô interessado... O que você tá casando aí?
Your new quarters are here, sir.
Have you noticed a recent increase in security? What's going on?
Something about disappearing synths.
When you're finished here, sir, Father wants to see you.
Ó, tem um banheiro aqui. Mas como que eu vou tomar uma ducha aqui? Tem um bar aqui, velho. Tá. Vou dormir.
Remember to conserve power at every opportunity.
É, cara, você tá só a carcaça, hein? Piadinha ruim. Peraí. Fala com o pai. O pai tá aqui, ó. O pai tá desse lado aqui. Peraí. Só carcaça, né? Ai, tô ficando bom nas piadas, mano. E aí, pai? Filho?
Son.
Ah. Hello, Father. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
I try and talk it out, see if things can be resolved peacefully.
An admirable goal. And yet we find ourselves in a situation where something more significant must be done. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. And they no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their selfish, short-sighted plan. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
I'm not sure why you'd bother.
Aside from taking back our property, we must teach them a lesson, as it were, and quickly at that. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
Is it just me, or will I have backup?
A Corsair will be waiting for you outside Bunker Hill. You'll have support should you need it. But we want to keep this small.
Informe a mandagem, informe a ferrovia. Tá, primeiro eu vou lá no Virgil, mano, peraí. Mar reduzente. Ah não, tá aqui embaixo, né, peraí. Eu vou lá dar o soro pra ele. Vou dar o soro pra ele e ver como ele vai ficar. Ah, Kate, fica na sua, hein? Você não tem um, por isso você fala isso. E aí, Virgil?
Virgil?
Well, I'm glad to see the relay didn't completely vaporize you.
The interceptor worked. It was rough, but it worked.
Amazing.
And what about the serum? Did you find the serum?
Got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. All right. Let's see.
Disgusting. Smells like the bathroom after Salisbury steak night.
Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands have formed.
Has the reverse transcriptase survived the nucleotide synthesis?
Excellent question. Yes. Yes, it has. Fascinating. Oh.
What the?
Did you mean that as a joke? Well, it's time. There's only one way to test it. All right. Here we go. And now, we wait.
How long will it take?
I don't know. Nothing like this has ever been tried before. I'm going to rest for a while. I'm back in a few days, maybe a week, and... well, I guess we'll see. In any event, you kept your end of our bargain. Thank you.
Bom, é isso aí. Aí depois a gente volta aqui e vê como vai ficar. Mas cumprimos nossa parte da missão, então... Isso aí, velho. Você ajudou a gente e a gente te ajudou. É assim que faz, uma mão lava a outra. Então, agora, eu sou um cara informante, tá ligado? Eu vou lá informar a Irmandade do Aço. E vou informar a ferrovia, mano. Eu vou dar aula de Squeeze hoje aqui rapidão, né? Já que eu já tô aqui, peraí. Ai, pegar XP. O negócio é pegar XP. Muitas pessoas na comunidade veem o Instituto como um bicho papão, que vive nas sombras atacando em qualquer lugar, a qualquer hora. E errados eles não estão.
Here's that holotape you gave me, full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
The Institute isn't our enemy, remember.
I know, but it never hurts to be prepared. Just in case they decide the Commonwealth isn't big enough for the both of us. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
Huh?
Can't remember the last time I had clean.
Alright. Deco não gostou, Dance odiou, Piper gostou, Preston gostou. Ah, mano. Ah, cara, não dá pra agradar todo mundo não, que se dane, vai. Na moral. Ou será que foi porque eu falei que o Instituto não é nosso inimigo? Será que foi isso? Ah, se dane, vai. Vou informar aqui a Irmandade, porque eu sou um informante, mano. Eu sou um informante. Eu sou duas caras. Sou X9, mano. Vou informar aqui o ancião Maxon.
Our latest intelligence tells us you've infiltrated the Institute and liberated a valuable holotape from their facility. I'm quite disappointed you chose to build the signal interceptor without the Brotherhood Knight. However, you've secured passage to and from their facility, which was one of our primary goals. So, I'm willing to overlook your lapse in judgment, since you've unexpectedly accelerated our plans. I now have 2 missions for you to complete. First and foremost, I want you to bring that holotape to Proctor Ingram right away. There could be data vital to the success of our mission on that tape, so we can't afford to take any chances. The second part of your mission requires a bit of background to explain. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
How did the Brotherhood meet Dr. Lee?
She was part of a civilian project in the capital wasteland that the Brotherhood appropriated. It wasn't difficult to convince her to stay. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. She was a valuable asset. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
Deixa eu salvar aqui, peraí.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Dr. Lee previously worked on a potent weapon for the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd like her to continue where she left off. That's all I can tell you. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck, Knight.
Calma, tem que formar aqui,
I have something urgent to report, Elder. The Institute is attempting to recover escaped synths at Bunker Hill.
How did you obtain this information? Our reconnaissance hasn't reported anything of the sort.
I thought I was your Institute reconnaissance.
You're the only one that's been able to breach the Institute. But you're hardly the only source for information we have. We've been running round-the-clock vertibird patrols, and we even have squads on the ground trying to pick up anything we can. Not to mention all the scribes we have monitoring radio traffic and trying to crack their RF encryption. I assure you, we have reconnaissance well in hand.
I have it on good authority. You'll just have to trust me.
Protecting your source, is it? Very well. Since you've given me no reason to doubt you in the past, your word will suffice. Your report provides us with a golden opportunity to state our intentions to the Institute. I'm placing you in command of this mission. Exterminate the synths at Bunker Hill, and whomever the Institute sends to retrieve them. I'll instruct Kells to assign you the appropriate backup. Dismiss, soldier.
Eu sou duas caras do caralho, mano. Ai, caramba. Tá, vamos informar agora a ferrovia. Será que eles vão ficar com raiva de mim também? Porque eu não dei o disso pra eles? Vão, com certeza. Com certeza. Ué? E mano, isso é muito bom, cara. E quando chegar lá, o que vai acontecer? Ela tá nervosa, não demora, quer ver?
You're the real deal.
Desdemona.
Actually made
I
it
just
inside the
heard the
Institute.
most fascinating rumor. The story goes that you actually found the Institute. Been there and back again. Sounds crazy, right?
It's all true.
Deacon says you used teleportation. I can't imagine. You must feel justifiably proud of what your Minutemen have achieved in such a short time. Eventually, the Minutemen will devise their own plan to deal with the Institute. But I doubt your soldiers will place any priority on rescuing the synths inside. I'm counting on you being as passionate about freeing synths as we are. Please, work with us instead.
You think the Minutemen won't help the synths?
The Minutemen are a reflection of the character of the Commonwealth people. And time again, that character has been proven to be rotten. The synths are tangible receptacles of their hatred of the Institute. Order them to help, and they'd mutiny.
I'll work with you then.
You have no idea how relieved I am to hear that. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded secret the Railroad has. It's time you learn about Patriot. There's a man, or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute, who helps synths escape to freedom. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him. So we gave him the code name Patriot. So you need to infiltrate the Institute and make contact with Patriot.
How do I make contact?
Tom devised a way to send a message to Patriot. We can plant a coded message on an Institute terminal. And, if all goes well, he'll respond. Just see Tom, and you can proceed from there.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital. But this The sacrifice is just too great.
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
Won't the Institute be suspicious if I'm the only one left?
You're a lot tougher than anyone else in their outfit. If only one person could survive, it would be you. And any story you come up with won't be contradicted. We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone, and then spring the trap. You'll know when. You'll probably have a Courser escort. You'll have to take him down. You've done it before, but it'll still be dangerous.
Like you said, I've done it before.
It's a risk, but it's one we have to take. So get it done.
Hey, it's the professor. Professor's back.
É isso, deixa eu conversar com o Tom aqui rapidão, peraí, só pra ativar a missão.
One more hour till my shift ends.
Peraí.
Oh, man, you were actually there? Inside the belly of the beast? No time for that, though. Let's set you up to contact Patriot. I got here one genuine Tinker Time special. Just load her up onto a holotape, plug her into any Institute terminal, and execute.
Tá, mas não é essa missão que eu quero fazer agora, né? Peraí. Isso aqui tudo é lá no pai, ó. Eu vou ter que ir lá de qualquer jeito, então peraí. Ai, mano, eu vou lá ou não vou? E agora, hein? Eu vou lá, vai, se dane. Mas, tipo, quando eu chegar lá não vou poder matar ninguém. Eu sou amigo do Instituto, sou amigo da Ferrovia, sou amigo da Irmandade. E agora? Se eu não matar o sintético, o cara da Irmandade vai ficar bolado comigo. O que vocês fariam nessa situação, hein?
How in the hell did a ship get all the way up there?
Enfim, vamos lá. Que se dane, vai. Ai, caramba. No que eu me coloquei aqui? Espero não virar inimigo de ninguém, mano. O Dance já me odeia, então eu tô errado mesmo. Enfim.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The mission's parameters just changed. Going shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Vamos lá, é aqui, ó. Ai, caramba, mas e aí? Tipo... O que eu faço agora? Sou amigo de todo mundo? Mano, vou esperar aqui, hein? Espero que ninguém jogue uma bomba nuclear aqui, né? Ai, caramba. Ai. Caramba, nossa. Nossa, o cara tá vivo, mano. Isso é interessante, peraí. Será que o cavaleiro ganha? Ah, ele tá com a armadura, mano. Caçador vai dos cavaleiros da Irmandade. Ih, rapaz, caçador é... Ia ter 60 ainda, filho. Ah, mas só que eu vou entrar lá. Vou dar a volta pra ele. Nossa. E agora, mano? Eu não posso... Todos aqui são meus amigos, tá ligado? Lascou. Como que eu entro aqui? Ai, que bagunça, caramba. Aqui, ó. Eu tenho que fazer o que, afinal? Peraí. Os sintéticos. Virou uma zona de guerra aqui, mano. Você é louco. E agora, mano? O que eu faço? Se eu mato o caçador? Não, mano. Ai, droga. Vou deixar eu matar quando estiver chegando lá, cara. Pode ser, cara. É, cavaleiro tá ferrado, hein? Tem uma arma laser, mano. Pera aí. Será que essa arma é boa? Deixa eu ver, pera aí. Armas... Ah, 14 de dano? Sai fora, mano. Ah, se lascar, mano. Arma de fusão. Mano, olha isso. Nossa, o cara tá com um fuzil Glaucius, caramba. Ou isso é uma minigun? Isso é uma minigun? Não, é um fuzil. Mano, eu vou esperando morrer, vou pegar esse fuzil dele, peraí. Todo mundo já morreu? Então, caçador. Desculpa, mas... É... Foi mal aí. Cadê o sintético? Ué? Tá aqui atrás, mas como que eu chego lá? Ah, ali, ó. Ah, idiota. Tá, então aqui tem uma porta, ou seja, eu sei por aqui. Isso é a Glory? Não. É, o pai não vai saber que eu tô traindo ele, então... Vai com a ferrovia, mano. Ai, mano, eu sou o X9 do caralho, velho. Enfim.
Hey. I can't believe you do that for us. Thank you. I can't believe you do that for us.
Excuse me.
You've given us another chance at life. We won't forget it.
We'll get somewhere safe as soon as you're gone.
Thank you for sparing us.
Mas eu tenho que matar eles?
Hi. I can't believe you do that for us. Thank you.
Vou matar eles, mano. Vou lá começar com o pai, peraí. Tá, tem que sair daqui. Eu achei que eu podia usar o código. Ó, se desse pra usar o código eu usava, mas não dá, então... Eu não vou matar o sintético, mano. Eu não concordo com o Instituto, tá? Eu não gosto deles, não vou ficar do lado deles, tá? Prefiro ficar do lado dos Minutemen, mano. Vou falar com o pai assim, ó. O sintético fugiu. Então... Não tem sobrevivente, pra dizer o contrário. Se ele ficar com raiva de mim, que se dane. Esse load deixar também. Ai, caramba. Ah, mano, é sério. Oi, load, sou eu. Ai, droga. Ainda tá tendo a briga aqui, esqueci. Sai daqui, vai. Tem um Brian aqui, eu vou te matar, mano. Vou pegar sua carne. Ai, caramba. afastar disso aqui, senão eu não consigo usar a viagem rápida. Pronto, acho que dá pra ir. Será que o pai vai acreditar em mim, mano? Ainda não? Droga. Cara, não sei se eu fiz a decisão certa ou não. Quando eu entreguei aquele holodisco lá pro estúdio... Ué? O pai não tá aqui não? O pai tá lá fora? Mentira. Caramba, o pai tá lá fora. Droga. Eu tenho um nível ali pra subir, não tem? Peraí. Vou usar. Vou usar no terminal de hackeamento. Pera. Hackear, cadê hackear? Pronto. Ó, o pai tá aqui. Será que ela vai acreditar em mim, mano? Ué? Porra, essa aqui. Ah tá, eles estão brigando ali. Não tem nada a ver com nós, não. Acho que eu tenho que subir por aqui, vai. Vou matar esses vagabundos aqui, peraí. Cadê? Peraí. Ah, esse é um fraquinho. De boa. Ai, droga. Pera aí, vou ter que jogar alguma coisa fora. Jogar isso aqui, ó. Ah, não vai dizer que não era por aqui que subia lá, mano. Não, aqui sim, peraí. Morre de primeira? Morreu. A chave de roda, ah. Ah, mano, acho que não era por aqui que subia não, hein. Peraí, talvez tenha uma porta aqui do lado. Não, não tem. Então pra que mostrou pra entrar aqui aquela hora? Eu, hein? Aparentemente o pai tá lá em cima. Mas como diabos eu chego lá? Pergunta. Bem. Ei, tá marcando pra cá de novo. Será que não dá pra subir por aqui não? Pera aí. Vídeo com sintéticos, conversa com o pai nas ruínas. Literalmente aqui mesmo. Por aqui sobe, não. Aí, ó. Aí quando eu entro lá, fala pra eu ter que sair. Eu não entendi nada, mano. Não entendi nada. Vou caçar outro lugar para ir em outra rota. Ah, era aqui, ó. Droga. Mano, agora o que o pai tá caçando aqui, mano? Tá cheio de super mutante aqui, mano. É, pessoal, aparentemente já estamos... Pode-se dizer o que? Questão de história, 70% da história do jogo, 75%. Olha o pai aqui, ó. O que você está caçando aqui fora, filhão?
Sean.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
So why come out here?
To put things in perspective, I suppose. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Hmm?
They kept me alive, too.
They did, indeed. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here.
Foi o Sean que soltou a gente, tá vendo?
To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. Well, it's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
Peraí.
It's my fault. I wasn't able to complete the mission.
I gave you this opportunity to prove yourself. Particularly to prove to the Directorate that you deserve a place here. That will now be significantly harder. There will be accusations that you deliberately sabotaged the mission. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Bom, enfim, né? Conseguimos completar a missão. O pai suspeitou, mas não pode fazer nada. E é isso aí, deixa eu pular aqui. Opa, pulei. Show. Tá, mas e pra voltar agora? Ó o ato aqui, ó. Toma. Ó o ato aí, ó. Acertei. Ai, mano. Como que eu saio daqui agora? Lascou, mano. Ih, rapaz, não importa não. Ai, delícia. O que eu fiz? Ah, tá aqui, ó. Peraí. Morre não, morre não. Ai, ai. Não morreu não, beleza. Enfim, ai, não sei se eu fiz o certo ali, mano. Bom. Eu recupero o Lodisco. Mas o Lodisco não tá com o Sturt, não? Mas se eu recuperar esse Lodisco, o pessoal não vai me odiar, não? É, cara, tem missão aqui que talvez seja melhor você não fazer, entendeu? Senão tu se ferra, peraí. Essa parece um exemplo disso.
Hey, Sturgis, remember that holotape with all the Institute data? I need it back.
Oh yeah? Why? What have you got cooking?
I'm working on something with the Brotherhood of Steel. They want to look at the data I got from the Institute.
The Brotherhood, huh? I sure hope you know what you're doing. Here you go. I've already made myself a copy.
Ah, até que foi de boa. Ninguém me odiou, tá bom. Deixa eu ir lá rapidão entregar o disco. E ganhar ponto lá com o ancião Mason. Ele vai me odiar por causa do que eu deixei os sintéticos vivos, né, mano? A ferrovia que vai me agradecer.
It'd be nice to fly away and leave the Commonwealth behind. But is there anything worth seeing out there?
The Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Make sure you gear up before you head out.
Proctor, I came across a holotape with a full scan of the Institute's network.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
You didn't expect me to survive the trip?
A device like the Signal Interceptor is way out of my league. I was hoping you'd make it, but I find it tough to have faith in technology I don't understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best-case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time to crack. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be complete. Good luck, Knight.
É, cara, só gente duplo, mano. Eu sou uma escória. Ai, caramba. Isso aqui. Ah, não, pera aí. Vou agora ajudar a defender aqui. Ah, que eu já tô aqui, por que não? Vambora. E essa base... Não, mas essa base aqui tá bem protegida, se eu não me engano. Pera aí. Vamos aí, ó. Toma. Vamos lá. Tem mais? Tá pra cá, ó. Não tem nem como, né, filhão? Morreu. Eita. Vou ativar isso aqui, peraí. Ativei. Vamos matar, vamos embora. Não vai correr não. Tem mais aqui?
Thanks for your help fighting them.
É isso aí. Deixa eu voltar pra minha amada Sunfires Hill. Ai, maninha, agora. Sou um agente duplo aqui, mano. Bom, já que eu vou pro Instituto, né? Eu vou aproveitar e cancelar. Eu vou cancelar, mano. Cancelar, vou salvar, mano. Mas eu vou salvar de dia. Cara, eu tô com muito sono, velho. Muito sono mesmo. Enfim, é isso aí. Se você gostou, deixa o like. Compartilha. Valeu, falou e tamo junto.